I face 3 angry townsfolk over something that I haven't done, but who I am. They recognize me as another Aedyrian, same as this elf that they were just haranguing a moment before. Now, they're charging at me. I'll need to survive this, though I am injured. Which brings up the point. I do actually have a potion of regeneration. I'll have to use that. The ring I have is used up for the day. I'll need to rest first. But hopefully I'm not alone here. Now, my focus is fine enough to get one of them to turn against the other. Oh, he died first. Mind wave it is then. That hurt. Oh, these people weren't toughened anyway. As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You're welcome. Gives me a quick smile. Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, as is the company of a fellow countryman. He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
How did you manage to get stuck out here? He laughs uncomfortably. That is something of a long story.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Aedyr Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I traveled in the Aedyr Empire for a while. It's not exactly close. Nothing of significance happened there. I was with my master the whole time. But I came out here in a caravan. We were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
Several hooded figures operating a strange machine. Aloth goggles at you silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally he gives you a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
Just how did you manage to cross those 3 drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Aedyr like it was yesterday.
You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of his aggressors and his own sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. What are you doing in the Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yes, I guess he's the town greeter. And you? Like I said, I'm also a settler.
Indeed. In that case, welcome to Gilded Vale, a true refuge from civilization.
You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
Should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Doesn't seem like he's that bad of a person. Maybe I'll have a chance to read him better soon enough. So do I. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
These people have a little bit of copper on them. I'm not taking their clothing though. I'll take their coin. I expected a real fight, like with those bandits. Guess not. The windows are clouded with the hake of accumulated smoke and cooking grease. The Black Hound Inn. There should be a dwarf around here that might be friendly with me because of saving him. I should like to run into him again, see how he is, see if he made it down here safely. This is a double floored, this inn. Now, if I can rest, maybe I'll be able to go down into the ruins of that temple. More ruins to go through. Fight the undead that are there, bring the skeletons back, and maybe find a little bit of treasure. Because right now, it's the only option I have. This place is a mess. The floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean. Anyone seen Pearly around? He's usually drinking his head off this hour of the day. Well, there's people in the other room, but not exactly a crowded inn.
Greetings.
But then again, half the people in this town are dead, so... Hello, and welcome to the... She looks up. Oh, it's you. Tenfrith told what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks. Rooms? Sounds good. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. So what would you like? I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here, too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound? It's still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. The place has ended up in my hands somehow. She laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink? Or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much in the way of a good meal today. She sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. Well, with what I've just went through, cold porridge sounds alright. Actually, maybe not cold. Warm porridge. I'd like a room, please. Certainly. You're always welcome. Yes. Well, I don't have that much in coin. Maybe I'll take the laborer's rest. Yes, I'll rest in there. 83 copper. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in the front of Gilded gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. That was a night. And after all that, and all the traveling, I do feel more experienced. My accumulated knowledge is increasing, especially of the local area. I feel more athletic after being on the road and fighting for my life for so long. And sneaking around as I have. I've definitely increased my skill there. These are more advanced abilities that I was shown from my master. Mental binding. Overwhelm the target's mental ability and paralyzing it. Mind blades. Targeting the co-ops the target's essence, generating a slashing blade of force that attacks before leaping up to other targets. I'm definitely becoming more powerful. Now, after sleeping, if you can call it that, but my body feels a lot better.
Good day, stranger.
Could I see what you have for sale? I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. We have the finest cook in the Durwood. I'm sure you do. Potion of minor regeneration. And my coins are not exactly heavy, but I'd like to look over to see what they have here before finally choosing. Well, they have food, ale. Oh, pie sounds good. Savory pie and chicken. I'll take one of those. One each. I almost had enough for one of these, but let's sell what I have on me. Definitely don't need all these hunting bows. That crossbow would do me just fine. I have a couple torches. I have wolf hide. I wonder if I can do anything with that. And the hatchet? Maybe I'll keep that for now. The mace? Well, I don't need that. I much prefer the sword. Now, I have just enough for another one of these potions. And then all of my money is gone. But I can sell these things that I had stashed. Leather armor. Hide armor. I'll trade that. And the food, well, I'll keep that. There's all the herbs and berries I picked. Well, let's see. Can he wear this? Oh, he has his hood. But if you're going to be traveling with me, sir, I would appreciate if you took some of the load. This rapier I could sell as well. I'll keep these lockpicks on me. I'll stash the wolf hide. As for the food, well, I am hungry. That pie. Good. And the chicken, too. I was hungry. Now, I have no coins, so it's not like I can offer work to anybody else to follow me. Maybe there'll be other people to talk to in this inn. Oh, a beer. I can take that, and some grain. It's a little bit rowdy around here. Anyone seeing Pearly around? He's usually drinking this time. Oh. That's an Orlan over there. Hello? I just carry the dishes. You'll want to talk to Pasca at the counter. Hello? Step back. I don't need to read everybody's soul I come across. No. Let's see if there's anybody upstairs. I was actually hoping to run into somebody else who would join me as I go into the ruins down beneath the temple. Grab a drink, friend. Not much else of worth in this town, says the woman from Thane. Hey, we wouldn't mention Thane. Well, that does actually sound a good idea. Yes, this is happening quite often out here. I don't need to read everybody. Oh, this place is filthy. There's the black hound that she was talking about. These bones are covered in tiny bite marks. Let's go see if I can say hello to the hound. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Sorry, girl, don't think he's coming back. The dog whines softly again, head tilting. Well, you can come with me. Maybe we'll find him on the way. The dog's ears perk up. He trots over to you and barks happily. Oh. Oh. I think we're going out into the balcony. Well, with this elf with me, maybe we can, the Aloth, we can brave the ruins. More villagers, probably get a little rowdy if we get too close, so. And then I told her, that's not the pistol. Ha! Yeah, that is funny. Okay. Let's go look into that temple, just right over here. A wizard with me. I guess I'm going to be standing up and taking the hits then. I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Stay close. I really don't like the feel of this place. Spiders. Ivory spiderlings.
Huh?
I hope you have some
Aye.
good magic up your sleeve, friend.
Huh? Yeah.
One's down. I've been poisoned. I can feel it in my veins. Sickened. It's preventing me from using
How
more of
may
my
I
mind
help?
abilities. We need this thing to die quickly.
Lava will be on seek.
That may have been overkill. Aloth. Okay. It's left me. I feel much better.
Mm-hmm.
There's a large one over there. See if I can't hit it first. Use my blades.
Aye?
Yeah.
Very nice. Now, time to blind the others. Oh, poison my veins again.
Huh?
Use the ring. Oh, again. The little one's dead. I need your help. Cast something that's going to kill it.
Yes? These sons are in for a walloping!
Oh, that doesn't feel good at all. The thing knocked me right down. Felt like I was a hair away from death. Awful feeling. I feel like I need to have another rest. Search of the spider is a venom sac. Well, that'll be
Sure.
what did it to me. Jasper. A letter. Mother, I have asked Brother Aedyric to carry this letter to you, for he travels to New Heomar this morning. With him goes what coin I have, and I hope it will ease the surprise of an unexpected homecoming, for I mean to follow in a few days' time. Our village is much changed, and though I do not wish for you to worry, I do not feel it is safe to remain. I know Rectrix Obrica will not approve, but the letter trails off here. Take it. Whoever sat here left in a hurry. Ink is dribbled across the scroll, obscuring its contents. The pile of furniture is branded with scorch marks. Hopefully no more of those spiders are around. I don't know if I can take another encounter like that. Poison. It's like it's eating me in the inside. Well, here's another spider. Spiderling. Let's hope it doesn't have any friends. I want to hit it. Hit it with everything we have. I don't want to get poisoned again.
How may I help?
Let's go!
Hurt Aloth quite a bit. It's a little spiderling like that. Wow. It's a big spider, but for them, it's small. It initiates note. This parchment is relatively intact, but the ink upon it has faded. You can make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. Isiters to the ritual floor, Rectrix Oberka says, "Demption for those, for even these." Orgot and struck the largest bell first rather than second. The rest is illegible. There's a crate over here. Ah, camping supplies, more of them. It's always something that'll come in handy.
Sure.
Although I don't have coin to say it at the end another time.
Right.
Now, let us stealth around
Nice and quiet.
so we don't give away our position so easily to something that we can't deal with. Those spiders, there's more of them. Nope, nope, I say we leave immediately. Let's try this other room then. It's the only other room down here that I can see so far. There's something on the floor ahead. Let's see if I can't pick that up. Adra. So parts of the stone. Great big stone, and there's some coin. What's this? Will of the Wisp. Those things are hostile. Let's leave.
Right.
I don't think that we are skilled enough to be in here.
Good day, stranger.
I'm still exploring the upper level. No sign of anything yet. Well, keep at it. I figure they're down in the lower reaches for certain. I'll be here. I think this place is beyond us for now. I would like to see the dwarf. Maybe he has something for us. If we had somebody that was skilled in combat with armor and sword, that would help a lot. That poison, it's too much for us. So I'm going to seek out the dwarf. Tenebrith was his name? He's in the back room, she said. Hello. Tenfrith. Ah, it's you, my savior. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It's so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. Ah. A recipe to pie. Can't argue with that. Well, since I'm in the kitchen, here it's time to actually make a few things. Savory pie. Requires a beer. Meat and grain. I can make one of those. Let's spend time in here. Well, pearlwood chicken is common enough for settlers along the Pearl Coast and Defiance Bay, but its popularity has not yet spread far north or abroad. Locals claim that the dwarves of Telenir were responsible for inventing the dish, given the odd assembly of ingredients, often a notable feature of Dwarven cuisine. Many are inclined to accept the claim at face value. There are rumors of the Duke of Ozia and become fond of pearlwood chicken, supposedly using grey beast chickens imported, live, all the way from Old Valia to suit his particular tastes. As the dish is not yet popular in the Valian republics, the citizens of Ozia are not sure if they should try to emulate the Duke's rumored style of vigorously denying it to foreigners. Well, I don't really care about how popular it is, but it's food. Oh, Potion of Wizard's Double. Aloth says he can conjure that, actually. Maybe I'll craft a couple of those. That could help. A couple of those could help. Maybe against a spire. The spiderlings. Ah. Potion of Iron Skin. Artificers generally refrain from listing the ingredients involved in the creation of these potions, citing decorum. In any event, they give the imbiber's skin a tough and durable quality, making them less susceptible to damage. That's still not going to help against being poisoned, though. I think we're done here. Spoons hang by the fire, coated in brownish gunk. See if I can't take another. Tenor doesn't mind if I take a few more ales. That's fine with me. Some kind of brown slop is congealing in these dishes. It smells burnt. Now, I think we missed a room when we went upstairs. If not, well, I can always go and... Here, a couple rooms, actually. I can always go to the tree and look for the dead female dwarf. Please leave me be. I'm full to sickness of what I have seen of this place and its people. So am I. Crammed behind the books is a drawing that shows Eothas and Lord Raderick in a compromising position. I picked this lock. Things to sell. I'll take it all. See what's on this table. And more lockpicks. The Durwood, Part 1. Early Colonial History. Oh, it's a bit of something to read. No other land has such a wild and bloody recent history. From colony to palatinate to free republic, the Durwood has undergone a trial by fire to emerge as a powerful force of the Eastern Reach. Durwood's history actually began in Aedyr in 2602 AI. Aedyr explorers returned from a journey across the ocean with tales of treasure they'd found. They discovered countless ruins scattered throughout the forest, as well as plains to the north of the trees that would be perfect for growing Vorlis. There was a problem, however. The locals were hostile and there was potential for conflict. The Fair Conning of Aedyr, Fair Conning, first king, knew that this was too good an opportunity to pass up and sent more explorers to scout and map the area. Exploration continued over the next 20 years. Small groups of explorers traveled back and forth between Aedyr and this new world with a handful of colonists setting up small camps to establish a base for the explorers to work out of. Conflicts with the locals, who the Aedyrians learned to call the Glanfathans, were rare, but frequent enough for the Firconning to send a small squadron of guards to help protect the citizens. These guards established a central base on a river in the western section of the woods. This settlement would eventually become the city of Durford, upon which the modern-day village of the same name is presently built. Once that base was established, the first permanent Aedyrian settlements began north and west of the Bale River. Over the next 3 years, thousands of Aedyrians made the trek from Aedyr to this new land. The Glanfathans, who seemed to revere the ruins scattered throughout the forests, caused a few problems with some of the settlements, especially those found near the ruins themselves. These were easily taken care of by the colonists with the help of the Imperial Guard. The Aedyrians, in order to further their foothold in the area, reduced the cost of production, and in an attempt to keep the Glanfathan population under control, started making slaves out of any Glanfathan captured during the uprisings. This resulted in a great increase in tension between the two groups. With the population of the area growing, an official government structure was established by Firconning. He appointed several earls to preside over the land and assigned them thanes to help run their territories, and they called the new Grifram the Durwood. Durford remained the center for the Imperial Guard, but the settlement in Pearlwood Gulf, New Drunyard, was the true seat of power for the area. Sitting at the edge of the ocean, forest, fertile farmland, and a river that runs from the coast to the White March, settlers flocked to the area, hoping to establish themselves a name for themselves. Aedyr began to spread across the new land. I'll take this lockpicks. Alright then. I guess I'll have to see about returning to the temple ruins and perhaps looking at the tree in my next adventure.